What's up, boys and girls? This is MrScaryMuffin, and we're doing more Pokemon. Hooray! It is, of course, going to be VGC style Double Battle, and we are looking at the BC tournament, Cycle 3, Season 1. I don't know how he's naming it. I don't understand what it means. Just know that it is a tournament for local BC, British Columbia players, and believe it or not, we have actually extremely strong players in the BC region. If you guys heard of the website nuggetbridge.com, and why haven't you? Because I've been talking about it a lot. The admin for that website is a BC player himself, and our first opponent in this tournament is going to be the Canadian champ. Hooray! Canadian national champion, Tony Chubby Kid Chung. And yeah, good times will be had. I was very apprehensive approaching this match because Tony kind of basically helped me build my team. Not physically, but he gave me a lot of advice along the way. He's going to be bringing in the Ferrothorn, which actually surprised me here because I have a very threatening T-Tar and also my Rotom Heat combination to like a double threat to take out that Ferrothorn. He's going to lead Murkrow and Manshao here. Both of them are like fake out like priority crazy guys, and he probably would think that here's the thing is that he knew I was running Quick Guard on my guy, and he throws out the taunt anyways. I have the Mental Herb, which removes the taunt right away. Probably gets him a little bit tilted. But High Jump Kick, wow. Critical hit, takes out the Garchomp. Why not just kill it with one hit? Jeez, thanks a lot. My Garchomp did nothing in this match. And but I do get off the... Did I get a safeguard? I don't even remember what the heck I did now at this point. But yeah, I knew he was going to assume that I had the Quick Guard, and I was expecting no fake outs coming out, so I had to set up the safeguard. So it was one of those things where Tony is very, very familiar with how I play, and I try to abuse that fact as much as possible, where I think, well, if I was me, what would I do? And then I played, well, what will he do knowing that I am me, essentially, if you guys catch my drift. And I used that to my advantage a lot to play around it. I swaggered that Murkrow to stop its prankster shenanigans and get a play rough off onto the Rotom, which will not do that much damage, but neither would Iron Head, so not a big deal. This turn, I will get the Swagger off on my own Mawile and try to get a Sucker Punch off on the Rotom in case the Rotom tries to use a Fire attack to wipe out my Mawile. Murkrow, of course, is getting hacked to heck. That YOLO Swagger making it slap himself several times. I'm so sorry for party rocking so hard that you got confused there, Murkrow. Whoops, sorry about that. He's going to bring back out the Mienshao, and I don't really have an option here. I probably need to just protect to wait out the fake out round. And I was going to take the opportunity to also switch out. Sporkensort makes a return, but he's no longer in his washer form. He is now in Toast Box form. And I'm actually loving him as Toast Box. So he's going to throw the fake out on the Sporkensort. It's going to make absolutely no difference. Murkrow is still very confused about how one might be shuffling all day, and is going to get hurt a little bit more. Murkrow finally does a move. He's going to get Feather Dance off. What does that do? Feather Dance is going to lower my attack, I think. Yeah. Harshly fell, -2. So that negates essentially my entire swagger. So I'm back to just neutral now, which is still pretty good. High Jump Kick's going to come off, and it's going to hit pretty hard. And at this point, I'm thankful that it's not an adamant type, and instead it's a careful type, which means it's a little bit bulkier. I think an adamant Mawile would have died there. My team is no longer protected by Safeguard, but that's okay, because all he has left is a Ferrothorn and the Mienshao. And again, like I said, I was very surprised that he was going to bring the Ferrothorn. I didn't really quite understand why he would bring a Ferrothorn when I had so many threatening fire types or potential fire types on my team. The only thing he could do was to get rid of the Rotom, and so I wanted to do my best to try to get rid of this Mienshao as fast as I can. And one of the things I was really scared of this Mienshao was the use of Feint. And what Feint does is it removes your protection. So I use Protect and then he used Feint. my protect like goes away, and then he gets a free shot at you with the other partner, and that's actually really huge. But he did reveal the fake out, he did reveal the high jump kick, and then he revealed the rock slide, which made me super happy because his last move is almost definitely going to be wide guard to protect his Charizard. And yeah, so that was super helpful that he revealed his rock slide, and it made me super happy because now I was no longer worried about feint. He's going to take out the Mawile instead of the cat here because he leech seed the cat, but it made no difference really. I could just ignore the Pharaoh Seed until I took out the Manshao, and then just completely crush him using my Rotom. And I might as well buy an extra turn because Overheat is not 100% accurate, so I want to make sure that I have a chance to lower its attack and give me lots of opportunities to not miss Overheat. Just playing it a little bit super safe. Just throwing out Charm, so he's like -2, I think. No, -4. Yeah, so -4 on his attack, and even if my Overheat missed, he didn't really stand a chance because I just needed to land 1 Overheat, whereas he needed to land like 3 Power Whips on the Rotom. So managed to get out here, and I did mention that Tony is national champion. He helped me build my team, and he's a really good player. But one very important thing to note is that he does use these local tournaments to experiment with his team, which is why we saw that Mienshao Murkrow, which is a very odd combination. The Mienshao, of course, with the wide guard does help his Charizard, but I wasn't too sure what his Murkrow was there for. And you can see that he will be bringing in the Slowbro in this fight, and I mentioned in a previous game that he was the one who introduced the concept of Slowbro, so he's testing out the Slowbro here as well. So I'm hoping that Slowbro does more work for him than it did for me when I played it. I'm gonna evolve right away because I hate switching in with my weak Mawile. So I just, even if I was gonna be switching out, I'm not too worried about using my Intimidate several times. I just want to have a safe switch back in later. He's going to go for the fake out this time. I think he figured out all my moves at this point and realized I didn't have Quick Guard anymore. And he's going to try to get rid of my Meowstic as fast as possible. Burn is probably going to suck a little bit, but I'm okay. The Mental Herb surprise factor no longer an issue. Going to swagger off the Slowbro just to make it so I can't really do things as reliably and kind of force him to need to switch. Here comes the Rock Slide, and will it flinch is the question. Oh, it did flinch. Darn. I really needed that Play Rough, because a single Play Rough one-shot the Manshao, and that's what I really needed. But thankfully, Slowbro hurt himself in confusion, and my Meowstic gets to stay alive for another turn. And I really don't know what to do with this extra turn at this point. So I was just like, I don't know, I just hit him for a charm since I'm here. Yeah. It's good that I know what I was doing. And I can remember what I was doing. And I get to play rough here. It's not going to do that much damage. And I'm going to hurt myself with the Iron Barbs as well. But at least I get some damage off. I'm actually kind of surprised he throws the Ferrothorn this early, but it's not that bad. Slowbro continued to get hacks. I think he's hit himself like 5 times from confusion so far. 3 times with the Murkrow and twice so far with the Slowbro. So I'm getting the good end out of the YOLO Swagger again. And you guys remember from my Klefki versus Sableye thing, I really freaking love using Swagger. It's one of my favorite things. Just because I like that chance element of things going poorly for him. So I lost my cat, bring out the Rotom, and I assumed he was going to Leech Seed or something. I really don't know what he was going to do, but I hit doubled into the Ferrothorn, which was really my bad. But yeah, I'm just going to double protect this turn to wait out the fake out round from the Manshao. The Manshao goes for the Rock Slide to try to take out the Rotom. And I've double protected, so I avoided that. He's going to get rid of the Pharaoh Seed and bring back the Slowbro to deal with the Rotom. So both of these Pokemon can potentially deal with the Rotom. This actually will kill because I already took some damage from before, so that really sucked. And my Overheat goes off onto the Slowbro, which is terrible because it's going to barely do any damage. And yeah, because that assault vest is going to reduce so much, and I minus myself, which is doubly bad. If I had predicted that switch, which I should have predicted, thinking back now, I really should have predicted that switch. I might have been able to thunderbolt that Slowbro, but even then it wouldn't have done as much damage. Rock Slide's gonna hurt my Sporkinosaurus a little bit, but this Earthquake is probably gonna do okay damage, I think. Okay damage, but my Sporkinosaur was flinched by that Rock Slide, so it didn't get a chance to do that much. Ice Beam comes out, and goodbye Garchomp. There it goes. Man, his Slowbro does a lot more work than I did. Garchomp basically did nothing in both Game 1 and Game 2. I'm pretty sure Game 3 I just avoided bringing him at all. Garchomp is such a cookie cutter Pokemon that I've seen people run really interesting loadouts of it, and I like it, but I don't know. I try to use it too. But the cookie cutter ones does seem to work very well. I just need to use it better, I suppose. Come on! Those flinches. I had a chance to take out that Ferrothorn, even though I was -2 on my fire attacks, but poor Toastbox gonna go down here, and I lost. Didn't have a chance really to come back, but I wanted to at least get rid of that Ferrothorn, you know, for my pride. So we're gonna go into Game 3, and I was really worried because I won Game 1, playing around him a little bit. But Game 2, he really showed, Tony really showed his skills as a Pokemon trainer, and really outplayed me very well there. He's gonna bring the Charizard this time, so he's gonna actually bring in his Mega for once. And the Charizard, I'm really scared of the Charizard hitting my Mega Mawile for hurting stuff. But I was also kind of not sure what I can do with my Meowstic, so I retreated it. And oh wow, it is a Charizard X. So I mentioned Charizard Y is usually the more popular variant, but we've seen more Charizard X, I think, on my channel than Charizard Y now. Protect against the Fake Out round. I also knew that my Meowstic was slower than his Mienshao, so his Fake Out was going to beat my Fake Out anyways. And he's going to get a free Dragon Dance off, which kind of sucks. I'm going to get rid of my Mawile because I don't want him to die. And for some reason, I always get this backwards. Like, I know that Fire is resistant to Fairy, but I always thought that it was the same the other way around, where Fairy is also resistant to Fire. But I'll find out that I'm kind of wrong, dead wrong. And I was actually really scared of the Ancient Power coming out from the Charizard here, because my Charizard Y with the Ancient Power actually came from Tony. Tony just gave that one to me so I can breed it for my own. So I knew he had those available, and they were like readily available to him. But I was kind of and Ancient Power on Charizard is basically designed to take care of opposing fire types. But it looks like he didn't ran it at all, because he has a Fire move, Dragon Dance, Protect, and a Dragon move. So he didn't run the Ancient Power, which is really interesting. But the Dazzling Gleam is going to hurt and hit both of them for super effective. Actually, he's going to hit the Charizard for neutral, because Fire resists, but Dragon is ×2, so it's going to become neutral. And Thunderbolt is going to do resist. He's going to resist it. I'm suspecting he's probably going to Protect. Yeah. And I'm actually surprised he didn't Protect with the Ferrothorn as well. I thought he would Protect with both of them. But I was locked onto Dazzling Gleam anyway, so I was just going to spam that like crazy. And I was like, well, you know, just in case, might as well hit him. It's a very YOLO moment for me, and a lot of times the way I like to play is I play super safe when I can guarantee damage, or if there is reason to play super safe. But anytime when I really don't know what to do, I just go balls out ballistic and crazy, and I change the way I play mid-match, which usually throw people for a loop, because they would expect me to play super safe, and suddenly I play super loose. Dazzling Gleam didn't get off there, unfortunately, or did it not barely hit him? Skull's gonna hurt and finish off my Rotom. What am I left with? Garchomp and Mawile, maybe? Oh no, I got my Meowstic. That's right, I didn't bring in Garchomp because he was useless in the previous two games. So get the Intimidate off, which will actually affect the Charizard. And the Charizard is a mixed Charizard. It has Fire Attack and it has the Dragon Claw. Gonna go for the Mega Evolution, and I kind of wanted to scout out what his Charizard was gonna do, and at the same time set up the Safeguard and try to set up that super strong Sucker Punch. What he's gonna try to, is he gonna double team the Meowstic? I think Meowstic can probably tank both these hits. Okay, so yeah, he might try to double Fire Attack into my Mawile, but my Mawile is strong enough to survive one Fire Attack, so I need to get rid of one of these guys, and I was gonna Sucker Punch the Charizard, hoping that he wasn't gonna protect, and he didn't. And he's gonna go for the Scald actually, try to finish off my Meowstic. But Meowstic is such a boss, managed to stay alive. I tried to Swagger the Slowbro as well, but that didn't work. But Sucker Punch will take it out before I can do anything, and it's super effective too. So majorly lucky there, and I managed to beat Tony and move on the upper bracket, sending Tony to the lower bracket. Woo! Sorry, Tony. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the match. I will show you more matches from this tournament. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.